The gang's all here. Good morning. Morris is up on the platform. And Stripe is on the bench. You doing good, buddy? Yeah, unfortunately, Stripe has figured out that Tux has slightly different food than what's over here. And so instead of going to eat, he's stalking Tux's food. And the crew's all here on the other side waiting on me too. They think I'm late and it's only, you know, going on 8 o'clock. They get trained on 5:30 really quick. The report from the tree house is hot and humid and a lot of tulip poplar leaves already falling down on the ground, which is normal for August. Holy Bolsey! I thought that was Stripe in the plant and it's Tux. I took a picture through the window and I thought it was Tux. I thought it was Stripe. I've never seen Tux up in one of the plants before. I thought that was a Morris and a Stripe thing. Will you be a good boy? You sure are cute. Oh my goodness, it's sticky and hot out here already. We're headed to walk. We're an hour later than normal. Guess we better go someplace shady. We're headed to Yates Mill for our walk this morning. Jules says it's 82 out there. It sure feels like 90 already. The dew point must be really high humidity. There's plenty of shade over there and it's a Saturday. We have a little more time, so that's where we're headed.
Yeah, and since it costs all of like 2.5 cents a mile, it isn't like it's really expensive to drive over there. I mean, that's the advantage of an electric car. You can just do something like that if you like.
Yeah. The operational costs day to day are really low, so you don't have to conserve your driving. Or, you know, when gas was $4 a gallon, that was back in the early days of when we were moving in together and stuff. He was like, please try to combine your trips at $4 a gallon. Yeah. You know, don't just go to Cary for Whole Foods. But I still, you know, pretty much for time efficiency, energy efficiency on me, you know, I try to go to Whole Foods and Guardian Angel Apex and anything else in that general vicinity on the same day anyway. But yeah, so it wasn't too hard for me to do that. But yeah, we tried to avoid any trips that were going to cost us $10 a trip and then just repeat the same trip the next day when gas was so high before we had the Teslas. Wow, I was trying to look up something for somebody in the owner's manual. I'm the passenger, I'm not driving, so why not, right? Well, first off, I went into the owner's manual and it wouldn't show me any real text. It showed me the index, but it wouldn't show me any text. And then I came back out and the screen is hung. Now it might, yeah, I would say it's totally hung, the whole thing. So it's either going to reboot itself between here and the park, or you're going to have to reboot in the parking lot. Totally hung.
Yeah, I would say the speed limit.
Even this side is hung. The whole thing is hung.
Yeah, because
it's like I asked it to do
we're doing 40.
Well, yeah, but this unnamed road not changing. There it goes. Did you do it, or did it do itself?
No, I did it.
Well, it's of no surprise that it did itself. And I've demonstrated in Ruby about how not to panic when it goes dark, and don't panic when it goes dark. Just drive and try to pretend that the screen's not blank, because you really don't need it to drive, and all the driving functions work perfectly fine even when it does that.
Yeah.
But thanks for showing, Jules, that I need to wipe the screen down. All those fingerprints on the black screen. Don and I are not screen protector in the car kind of people. So it's back now. I suspect if I try to go into the owner's manual again, it'll work better now. I don't know why. Yeah, it's totally working. And it remembers what I wanted to see where I was the last time, that it wouldn't show me this before. So anyway, just a little glitch. What are you on? Are you on 25.7? Yeah, you're on 25.7. Come on, Tesla, get us off this release. I don't know why I even look at the Facebook Tesla stuff. Honestly, I don't, because some of those people are just not really nice out there. But this one guy was really upset about 25.7. And I left a comment because, you know, I've always got to be the cup half full harmonizer person, that I totally understand as a software developer why it is so hard for Tesla to test all of the real world possibilities with the software update. Because it was like that with our product at IBM. We had enterprise accounts with thousands of users, and it was very hard to simulate that, especially think back in the 90s or early 2000s. We have better ways to simulate things now maybe, but back then it was super hard. And you know, we would ship bugs sometimes. We really worked hard not to ship bugs to our customers, and then they'd put it on, and in 5 minutes they'd be telling us what we did wrong. And so we learned how to run a beta program and get better feedback and work with those customers and make it worth their while and fix more things before we shipped. And then we'd still ship and there'd be bugs because those customers weren't doing something the other customer was. And these were all big enterprise accounts, not little stuff. So I get how Tesla ships bugs. I do. I'd like to give them a few tips for how to better get feedback on certain things, which might just even be as simple as more people on the job. But anyway, so I grumble about 25.7, but not really. I'd like to help them fix it. I often want to go work on the software side at Tesla. That's where I want to work. I want to work on I want to learn how to read the log and help troubleshoot log problems people are having with their car that show up in the log. That's real. I think I would love that job. I never loved looking at the logs too much over at Info, our product at IBM, our help desk tool, but I would definitely love it for the Tesla stuff. And plus, you know, it's really helpful when you know about, drive the car and know about the car, and you have that knowledge, and then you learn about what's going on and how to help people in the log. I want to do that job, and I want to do it from home, Tesla. I'd be really good at it, I promise.
Yep, my girl's the best. It's gray and not blue, so it doesn't match.
But the green is super close. I like it that he's thinking about being color coordinated. How many guys think about being color coordinated?
Well, when you have a wife like mine who keeps all this stuff, no, wear that one.
I do not do that. He always asks, and when he asks, I give him feedback. Otherwise, I only you know,
she vetoes very little.
Very
little.
every like less than once a month probably.
Oh yeah.
And usually he asks first, so then there's no need to veto.
Just stop. I've solved the problem.
All right, climate's on, and I bumped it up to 80. Sentry's on too. Well, you know, when I get up in the morning, my cyst area, my synovial cyst, the sciatica in my right leg, I'm in a lot of pain. I am for like the first 15 to 30 minutes every morning. There really is no not going for a walk now, because if I don't get vertical for the hour and do the walking, the pain doesn't go away. I mean, it starts to go away by the time I'm walking around feeding the cats. But you know, the orthopedic guy, when we went to see him, he said exercise and movement usually helps with pain. And I would say that that's true, because if all I did was say I'm hurting too bad and go sit on the couch, I would stiffen up even more, and it would be even, it's like more rest doesn't really seem to make it better, because it hurt first thing when I got up this morning. Anyway, I need the walk. Usually by the end of the walk or the end of the desk cycle, I am much more pain-free. But it's pretty bad in the morning. There's been a couple mornings this past week or two, I just want to go sit down because it hurts so daggone bad. But I got cats that need me, and Johnny and Don need me, so I keep moving. And usually I'm rewarded by getting through that 15 to 30 minutes, then I feel better. Oh, I love it here. Thank you for bringing me, Donnie. I needed to recharge after the first full week of driving and dealing with the people on the road, which really does stress me out. I see an egret far off to the left. And yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
So, we have a 50% chance of rain today, and apparently tomorrow it's going to be 10 degrees cooler than today. Today's 93, tomorrow's 83. I hope that's accurate. We'll be a lot more happy walking tomorrow at 83. Of course, you know, when we're out walking, it won't be quite that hot yet. So anyway, please rain today. Please rain today. We don't have any outside plans. You know, you can hold off till later in the day, so all those people that do have outside plans, get them in. Doesn't help with outside concerts or anything, but. So I have negotiated 3 times around and then 1 out to the end of the second boardwalk, the far boardwalk, and back. But not 4 times around. We'll see how oh, here's a green heron. I haven't seen one of them this summer. That is absolutely what that is, and I don't have my camera. Oh well. It's a lot to carry the 70D out here when it's so hot, and Don would have gladly carried it for me though. Gave himself a little extra added weight on the walk. Well, I did enjoy seeing him. Good picture or not. Wow, just a hint of red on that sourwood tree there. It's looking pretty, looking pretty. The view from the other side of the bridge straight across, it's pretty out there. There is a little bit of a breeze, so that's helpful. I don't know what that is, but it looks like there's some sort of a white flower on top of the spill area there at the dam. There it is. You can tell we haven't had a lot of rain. There's not a lot of water coming over the spill area. Have to navigate those carefully, but it's good for me. And part of the problem is I'm looking at my phone. I got my reading glasses. I look down, and then the perspective, I've got to be really careful so I don't miss the step because the magnification on my glasses. There you are. He walked a little extra to give me a chance to stop and film.
You going to race?
Oh, that's right, up our hill? Okay, sure.
Oh,
No. I'm racing as fast as I can. I am. I made it though without stopping. Oh. Show off.
Yep, that's me.
My show off though.
That's what's good about coming when it's hot and sunny. There ain't nobody here.
Yeah, there was nobody at the mill, that's right. There's a few other people in the park, but it's not fall. Great weather, overflow parking, everybody taking pictures. Well, if we were going the other way, we could do the reading. There's a lot of educational signs here. It's for the summer camp program. But the way we're walking, they're in the other direction. This is because a lot of people come to the park and they only walk to the mill and then back to the parking lot. You're really missing out if you don't walk the Mill Pond 1 mile trail at least once. You really need to do that. Unless you're here in high heels because you're having your picture taken, walk the Mill Pond trail. He ran off as we approached, but there was a goldfinch on the coneflower seed. He's probably just waiting for people to move by. He's up there in that tree somewhere. All right, on Saturdays and Sundays, don't let me leave the big camera at home. And particularly over here, it would have been really easy to only bring it 1 time around and then put it back in the car. Because we're walking past the car basically every time around, so.
Right, good point.
Because I'm now officially missing the camera. I have 2 cameras in my hand, but not the one that lets me get bird and butterfly pictures. There's quite a bit of cardinal flower in bloom in the park. You know, maybe the jewelweed will be flowering on the far boardwalk. We'll see some hummers, and I'll get frustrated even more. I don't have my camera. Yeah, this is just past the halfway point on the back side of the Mill Pond Trail. And we're walking up here to it because it's a Pokestop, and I can't spin it from the trail anymore because Niantic changed the geofence radius. There, just there I can spin it. But that's all right, tree roots and uphill, and I hadn't actually walked up here and shown it to you. Don and I were just talking that in the wintertime, when we come, we'll do the High Ridge Trail, at least one of our loops. But you can't see the water there at all, and it's just woods, and it's a lot of tree roots. It's just up there. They do educational stuff underneath here. And I guess too, if you're walking in the summertime and you get caught in a storm and you wanted to get in and out of the storm a little bit, you could come underneath here. There's shelter here, and now there's shelter on the far boardwalk, so that's good. A nice family. The dad, he just took mine and Don's picture in front of the mill. That was nice of him. All right, I got one up on you again. It's the only way I really am trying to get up it pretty quick. But you know, hey, I'm talking through running up it. That's been a big improvement. I could not have done that 3 months ago. Even if I can't beat you, we'll just go for personal improvement.
Yeah. She smoked me that time though. Well, she only got me like all the way to the top head start.
Oh, don't do that guy thing where your ego's hurt.
Oh, not a guy ego.
There are a couple places in the park where they have old grist stones on display, and this is one of them. We're taking us.
Getting dizzy.
All right, you can come off the roundabout now. It's not flowering right now. Usually there's a bunch of butterflies on it. Yeah, the name escaped me. All right, it's the third time around. But we'll cross this boardwalk on the fourth time and go to the right to get to the second boardwalk. I'm hoping to see some hummingbirds. He's catching air.
Venturi effect.
I call it tunneling in the city.
Yeah.
What's Venturi?
Air speeds up as you restrict it. So the opening here
Under the bridge.
It creates a low pressure on the other side. High pressure on here because it backs up.
It definitely feels good in this spot.
You're gonna
I told him no running this time.
Oh, luckily.
No!
Big leg.
No!
I didn't run.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
I didn't run. I just took big steps.
All right, we're gonna start our fourth half loop out the other boardwalk, but coming up the trail, I saw this pretty Model X over here. So I thought we'd check it out on the way, since this is gonna be in the sun and the other way was in the sun too. No climate. And there's Jules with climate on. So it's not very loud right now, so that's good. And I don't see a huge puddle coming out yet. I have her on 80. There's a little dribble under the front wheel. Here we are, the back boardwalk. Maybe I was wrong and the jewel weed already bloomed this year and it's not going to bloom, it's past bloom. But I sure thought that I saw it in the summer out here with lots of hummers. But it's definitely not in bloom. There is a third trail here and it's past the other shelter area. But it's a straight out in the woods and a straight back, and you really only want to do that in the winter and when it's not too wet. And you can't see anything, it's very thick and totally shady. There's not really anything to take a picture of out there unless you see a fox or a deer or something. It's on NC State farmland. Okay, the official name is the Creekside Trail. And it goes out that way quite a good bit. I don't remember how long that one is, but it's a bit.
Yeah, well, it's definitely, you don't want any part of that when it's wet, because it floods. It's got, you know, it's a real primitive trail.
It's a bog. It's a swampland area.
Low place.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but that might be elderberry. And finally, it came to me that flower up by the visitor center was lantana. Usually it's bigger and in bloom and there's butterflies on it. So is this elderberry? I think it might be. There's a couple of red spotted purple butterflies here. We do have them in our backyard. Can I get closer to you, bud? Maybe you who are in the sun. Yeah, it's all right.
3.49 miles, girl. Hoo hoo hoo.
We won't look at our pace today.
Yeah.
We don't care. We stopped to take pictures and do a few. I mean, we weren't stopped long, don't misunderstand, but it was enough stops that we're probably at 30-minute miles or something.
Yeah, I think it was an hour and 24 minutes. So
yeah,
you could do the math. Hour 24 divided by 3.49. Yeah, whatever that is.
Okay. Something shy of 30-minute miles. I had Don drop me off at Harris Teeter. Thank God they have the right heavy whipping cream. I expect Don's over in this direction somewhere, but I really don't know. Haven't spotted him yet. There he is. You guys probably saw him before I did. I'll just put it up front at my feet. It's just one bag. All right, 27 minutes on the desk cycle today. I was listening to Pride by U2 and I didn't want to stop. 27 minutes is plenty though. I could have gone 30. I could have kept going at, I've only got it on 2, but still, I might be close to putting it up to 3, but I still get a little muscle burn in my thighs, so 2 is probably pretty good. Plus I'm doing all those arm movements at the same time, so that really adds to it. If you're doing the desk cycle and you're not moving your arms, you need to add some, like even just half pound or 1 pound weight in each arm and move them back and forth or up and down or in and out or however feels good, because that brings your heart rate up another 15 or 20 beats per minute, and it's good. It's all good. But Van Halen, Def Leppard, U2, yeah, so that was basically what I was listening to today. It helps. I go faster when I listen to high intensity music along with the cycling. It really does help. Because you were such a good boy walking around in the heat with me today. And I'm gonna fix us a pina colada later. We haven't had one in 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to put some food in us.
Yeah.
Hamburgers for dinner is the plan.
Wow,
we have left.
thank you.
You're welcome. We have leftover split pea, but hamburgers tonight.
Yeah, that works.
Make sure to go out to the freezer and get some bacon to cook tomorrow.
Okay.
We need to defrost this week. So we're watching yesterday's video, which we do every day. Don says in Jules, he noticed that with the following distance set to 1, she takes off faster from the stoplights.
Following people, she stays very close to the person in front.
Right. Well, my comment here was more about going through a green light, her not making me prompt her and actually following the car in front of her like
Yes,
she's
I'm
supposed
sure that
to.
would do that too.
But I think, yeah, well, I tell you, Ruby takes off so slow from the stoplights that pretty much every time I'm putting my foot on the accelerator to speed her up, which thankfully traffic aware cruise control lets you do without kicking you out, and autopilot too. But I might be willing to bring down my following distance if that really would mean she'd take off quicker, because she takes off like she's the slowest car from the light if she's in traffic aware cruise control. And I liked it better when she took off so fast it threw you back in the seat a little bit.
Yeah, I remember those days.
I remember those days. Or can't we adjust it? I want grandma mode or who's Mario Andretti mode.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Come on.
Jackrabbit starts.
Yum. That coconut stuff right there is my secret ingredient. That and real cubed or sliced pineapple. No mix here. Real whipping cream, some vanilla extract, some real maple syrup, and Johnny really likes the cherries.
So, we've had a nap and we've listened to the rumble for the last seriously, not exaggerating, an hour. And look, I'm going to show you all the rain we've got. That's all the rain we've got. Right there, baby. That's what you get for an hour's worth of rumbling. And it ain't over yet. But I think the rain is. The rumbling isn't over, but the rain is.
Since I had time to cook tonight, it's hamburger night again. I remembered the bacon this time. I think last time I forgot to strip a bacon. They were still really good. Johnny will get ranch on his in a minute. We still did not rain, other than a couple of drops. The ground wasn't even half wet. So that was kind of frustrating. I know at the Walmart in Fuquay, it absolutely deluged. It was red over there. They had flash floods. And it was super loud here. You know, Donna and I had a really good recharge afternoon, Saturday afternoon nap. We've relaxed today trying to, you know, recover from that first full week. I think this afternoon was much needed and did the job. But we woke up to really loud, angry sky and then nothing. Oh well, I guess there's always a shower tomorrow, and in the meantime, we'll keep watering.